Hello Tacticians, it's Nox here, playing Warhammer 40k Tacticus, and today we're going to be looking at Varro Quest. Now, I concentrate at only getting the 3 medals and not the 100%, because, to be honest, to get the 100% on everything, you're probably going to need some of the legendary characters, which I don't have. You probably need characters even higher geared than I've got. Now, quite a lot of mine are in Silver 1, but I imagine you'll probably need Silver 2 or Silver 3 to complete. So I focus on getting the 3 medals, and also I like looking at what rewards you actually get for completing. Now, I haven't completed them all at the moment, but as you can see here, the possible reward chance is 75%, and that'll be the same for all missions. And you really need to look at what item they're actually going to drop. Now, to begin with, in the common and uncommon, it's not going to be anything unusual. You can probably get these drops better elsewhere. But as we get into the rare and epic and legendary, you'll see that the items that they drop, you'll only be able to get elsewhere in the campaigns at a much lower drop rate. So let's get started. Let's see what Uncommon Encounter 1 gives us. Got a few grots in a tank. And as you can see on the right hand side, those are my units which I have actually got to use. And for this, we need to have no power damage and has to have a bolter. So what you can use these 2 little icons to clear, to filter your troops to see who you can actually use. I then clear everyone off so I don't accidentally use anyone there. And I can see there's 2 people here gathered together, so Varro will kill those, and there's some further off. Now, ideally, you don't want any damage to be taken, so it's always worthwhile bringing in a healer if you have one to clear up any damage you may take during the mission. Now, if you do have Creed, he'll be good to use here because you can summon and he doesn't have a bolter and he doesn't have power weapons. If you don't have him, which the majority of us won't, we'll take in Cut instead. So I'll send him in to bomb those and I'll attack that with Varro. So let's see what happens here. There's the attack. And I'll send up Incisors, ready to heal, because Varro's going to get hit here. 2 hits. So Incisors can heal. That'll get rid of any damage, and then we can clear up. I'm not actually going to kill this in one shot. They take another shot. Incisors can move up and heal. In fact, I'll heal both. Only need to heal 1, and I can clear up. So there you go. And here you can see I've got the maximum score. So bear in mind, where it says you don't need to take any damage up here, you cannot heal. But if it doesn't have the requirement of not taking damage, then by all means take in a healer to heal up those the amount of damage you would have taken to make sure you get the maximum score possible. So let's see what Encounter 2 brings us. Okay, a lot more grots and a couple of orcs and a grot tank. And we have only got 3 people who have a maximum of 1 hit in their ranged attack if they have one. Otherwise it's going to be their melee attack. So again, we clear and we filter, and we can see that we've got Varro, we've got what's her name? Sybil. It's actually quite a good character. Her psychic attack will actually hit 2 adjacent units, which there's only 2 adjacent here, being the orcs. The grot tank's all the way up there. We could take in Godswell, but as with the previous one, we'll take in our healer because we're probably going to take some damage which we want to heal off. So Varro will go and do the main damage. Oh, didn't destroy it, so move up and let's go and stab him with Incisors. There you go. Now Incisors is going to get shot at, but he can heal himself. Now these 2 are next to each other again, but Varro will go and take care of the tank. Not quite. Oh, unfortunate there. I'll send him up to take care of the tank. Grots will move, heal. This is going to be tricky. Actually, if I leave Varro there, I can move Incisors between them both and heal everyone at the same time, which will then allow me to, well done Sybil, not being able to kill a single grot. Incisors can heal up again, and let's see if we can actually manage to kill both off this time. And there we go. So again, because of Incisors healing, we managed to get the maximum score. Now, as I said, most of the time I don't worry about getting maximum score, but on these earlier missions it's easy enough to do so. So we may as well grab those points while we can. Moving on to encounter 3, still nothing to speak of with the item that we get, and a few grots and tanks. So here, by not healing or repairing anyone. So Incisors is not going to do us any good here. So we clear. We really need to use our summons here. Summons are the only ones that's actually going to save us. So you will need to, if you want to get this without taking any damage, you will need Creed and you will need Yarrick. There's possibility you can use Bellator instead of Creed. However, Creed's ability will make all the troops that Yarrick summons go again, which makes it that much simpler. Now, no one's bunched together. Bouchard will actually be an interesting use here because his ability is the rocket launcher thing on his back, which will be able to kill a few. So let's just go with this and see how we go. But again, we only get the bonus points if no one gets damaged. So I'm wondering if I need both summons this side. In fact, what I'll do, I'll put Bellator over there instead because his summon may distract them for a little bit as well. So Yarrick summons all his. Now, unfortunately for me, I haven't got space to put Creed to summon both. So what I'll do, I'll just summon them up here. Because anyone within 2, so these 3 will now move and attack. Varro can get rid of the nearest orc, and hopefully Bellator will be able to kill this tank. And no, he didn't, of course not. But again, they target the summons first, which is what's going to make this actually easier than expected. All the summons will attack, my summons that is. And now we should be able to clean up. Now I need to make sure that summon doesn't get hit by this tank. And that'll do. But I'm not going to do it in lightning speed, which is a shame, but as I said, I do focus more on getting the 3 medals. So maybe I should have had one of the summoners up here and one down here to spread them out. And there you go, you see the tank actually targeting the summons, which I created before any of my guys. So we'll get the maximum from no damage, but I didn't get the lightning victory. So I'll probably try that a bit later on once I've completed all the others, see if I can get those extra 100 points. But for now, let's look at Encounter 4. Again, nothing to be worried about with this Marksman's Honour. The real good ones will become visible in the Rare, Epic and Legendary. Okay, so here we can't summon. So we'll put in Varro. We could still use Yarrick, he will do plenty of damage. We just can't summon with him, so I might put him in as well. And we'll take Brother Bouchard. If I can actually click on these properly. Taking Sybil. And actually we'll take in Thaddeus. He's got a long range attack, which would be very useful here. Now, as we can see, I'm probably, if I'd thought about this, I should have actually brought in Incisors for the same reason I did it before, to actually heal up any damage I get. Here I'm not going to get full marks again because I forgot to do that, but it doesn't matter. And Brother Burchard's going to do absolutely nothing in this. But Thaddeus, with his Basilisk Barrage, would hopefully be able to take out those 2. And we can quickly mop up the final two. So we only took a small amount of damage, but it does mean we won't get the full points. As you see, 2 points for the damage. 2 points were taken off for the damage that I took. If I had incisors, he could have healed, and that would have been the maximum. Let's look at rare encounter 1. Now, the repair kit. Now, I believe this is one of the ones which is more difficult to get. The only problem is you can't actually see where in the campaign you'd get it, but I've got a funny feeling the repair kit is one of those items which is maybe about a 40% or a 50% chance to actually get. So let's see how I do here. And again, it'd be nice to see who actually needs the item. If you click on it, it could show you who actually needs that item in a pop-up below. So you could see quite at a glance who actually needs it and if you need to farm that node or not. So here we have no flying and no suppressive fire. Okay. So again, we'll bring in Varro. And again, summons are going to be working for us here. We'll bring in Creed. And because I'm going to be using summons, I could take... Sorry, I took in Yarrick. I could take in Creed to really just hammer them, those summons. In fact, I will. However, if you don't have Creed, take in Incisors for the heals. If you don't have Yarrick or Creed, take in Bellator, and again, you'd need Incisors to heal yourself up. You may need to wait a turn or two as well to get more summons from Bellator. But here, I am going to take in Creed. Because this mission's pretty much made for these two guys. Varro can get rid of the first one, and then I've got the extra room for the 2 summons that Creed brings in. Now, as I've said, yes, I am lucky enough to have Creed. If you watched one of my earlier YouTube, you actually could see me opening him as my final one of a group of 30, I believe it was. But as you can see, summons are very useful here. They just go through, they get targeted first, they're very strong. And I'll get maximum points here from my guys killing off all the orcs. And moving on to encounter 2. The Phoenix Ascendant. Not sure what drop chance this is. This is a rare, so we're probably again looking at maybe a lesser drop chance, a 50% drop chance, maybe a 60% somewhere. But here, again, 75%. And again, I'm not very familiar with this one, so it's either needed in Ultramarines at a higher level or the Black Templar. Or maybe it's one of those items which isn't needed as much. So what do we need? We need ranged attacks only. So that does cut out people like Bellator, Creed, who have your summons. And we have to start 2 down here and 2 up there. So what I would do, choose one place for Varro. Now, have to note, the bridge doesn't count as adjacent, so he's not going to be so useful here. So I'm going to put him here because these orcs will probably go next to each other. I will put Yarrick down here. Now it's ranged, so I can't actually use Incisors here to heal. I think Isabella, the Sisters of Battle, does have the ability to heal and has a ranged bolter. So I'm going to be including Thaddeus. Switch them around. And I will include the sniper. Now the sniper is going to be fairly safe. We'll summon them, and as you can see, lots of room. So these 2 are going to be perfectly safe. Thaddeus calls in the barrage, and he's not safe. So I'm having to hope here that Varro will... So I'm going to take some damage. Oh no, they've actually still targeted the summons first. So again, that ability to summon in the troops, the AI of the opponents always targets them first. From what I've seen, please Snowprint, don't change that. It'll make these missions a lot more difficult. So I now need to wait for my missions to recharge, but by the miracle of editing, you'll see me move on to the next mission in a few seconds. So moving on to Encounter 3. Load of grots, 2 tanks and 2 orcs. And here we just don't want people with bolters. So Varro can easily take care of these 3 here. You can easily use Vindictor if yours is geared up, again, to take care of the ones which are grouped together. Cut is another good one. And of course, remember to take in incisors just as the healer, because I imagine we're going to get damaged here, so we're going to have to do the best. Now I am going to take in Creed, purely because very useful character to have in these. But if you don't have Creed, as I said, I'm not taking in Vindictor. Vindictor will probably do even better than Creed, because they are all bunched together. It's probably hit once here and hit once here. But mine's only at bronze 1, so I'm not going to take her in here. But let's see how much this group does. So the first thing is to take out these 3. And I don't, okay. We shall launch a barrage there. And Cut's not going to be able to cope here, so I'll summon the troops. And it's not gone well at all, but never mind. Now again, they're targeting the summons as per always, and finally they're hitting me. So Cut can take care of these 2. I'll heal up. I shall launch a barrage against all these tanks. Which did absolutely nothing. Of course it did. And we'll see how we go now. I think this is definitely going to be losing some points. Oh, I'm actually lost someone here. That's quite 2 people down. Well, here we go. Let's see if Varro can actually carry us here. And he can. And we should be able to mop up here quite easily. Now, this is something I will replay when I finally get the time to do it. I do like focusing on the 3 medals. How do I change it? Not sure. But let's continue on to the next one. Oh, hello. Not sure why I went round to there. Let's have a look at Epic Encounter 1. So here it's just Ultramarine, so goodbye to those 2 troops. Bring in my strongest. I'm not going to bring in my healer because he's going to do absolutely nothing and get killed. I want to kill this guy. This is going to be interesting to see where he goes. Hopefully he's going to go after the summon. That one did. That one did. And so did he. Okay. We should now be able to... Still goes after the summon. Took a little bit of damage here by looks of things, so having a healer, if your incisors is better than mine, is a good idea to bring in, but I nearly got the maximum 500. Now, that's bringing the Terminator Honours, which is an epic upgrade. Again, not familiar with that one, so... the Golden Ornamental Skull. Now, this is an epic upgrade, but I know I've got tons of these. This is one you can definitely skip when you come to farming. I'm not sure how I've got many of these, but well, if I go and have a look at the upgrades, here you go. I've got 39 of the Golden Ornamental Skull. So I'm not sure how I've collected so many, but it's just worthwhile noting that you've probably got just as many of them yourself. Okay, so no summons. So as I've said before, just because it says there's no summons doesn't mean you can't use a character that can summon. I know my Yarrick is highly geared, so I'll bring him in. Broswith is another good character. And here, if you have got highly geared Vindicta, should be amazing here. Should be able to use a flamethrower up here and up here, just be able to clear all those out in one go. Mine isn't, so I'm going to use Ancient Thoride, I think, or shall I use Cut? No, Cut's still only bronze 1 as well. I haven't got many good choices. Can't use summons. Actually, Brother Bouchard, yes, he's got his. He has got an ability which bombs a surrounding area, so he might do well here. Oh, fleet, that's good. Now let's see how this works out. Not brilliant, not terrible. So I'm going to take some damage off this one. So again, didn't get the maximum. If you do have a good Vindicta, definitely want to take her in here. 498 is respectable though. So I use the ability to watch an advert to get one more attempt, and I'll go into the legendary. And here we need ranged attacks. There's quite a few there. So we'll definitely be needing our summons on this one. It's definitely something we're not going to be able to do this without. We've got Golgots in here as well. I'll bring in Brother Bouchard, Roswither, and my sniper. And we'll start. Let's see how well this goes. Fingers crossed. Well, Varro is already making short work of those, which is not surprising, seeing at this stage he is legendary. Now, let's hope my troops can withstand the barrage of attacks. That's going to be well, I say, that doesn't normally happen. Obviously, under the command of Golgots, they've got a bit more intelligence. So I'm going to, again, not maximum, but it doesn't worry me too much. And there you go. Fairly simple. Two lots of boxes. Okay, I'll accept that. Now here I've got maybe two more I can get. So I've got 7,075, and again I haven't maxed it out. The next crate will have some more badges, another XP tome. But, you know, really, it's not much to be worried about. I'd be more concerned in either getting, let's have a look at these rewards. Probably this legendary upgrade. Again, you'll notice that there's a 75% chance. Now, this, the Purity Seal of the Primarch, if you look for it elsewhere, will have a much, much lower drop rate, probably 12%, 25% if you're lucky. And so this is probably the one you'd be looking for. However, if we look at the others, Terminator Honours, as you're upgrading, you'll need to make sure what you're trying to farm, if it's in here, because of the higher percentage drop rate chance, really focus your efforts there. Now I could probably get a few more out. As you can see on my common, I'm dropped a few points, and uncommon I've dropped a few, and obviously this encountered 3. I could certainly get another couple of 100 points here. So, how are you guys doing on this? Has this walkthrough been useful to you? Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll be seeing you next time.